Hi guys, my name is Kayla and I am back with another book review. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to say that because I haven't done a book review in a very long time. So today we'll be doing a book review on We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach or Wallach. And as you can see, this book cover is very pretty. I don't know if the camera does it any justice, but that's why I picked it up. I seen it in the bookstore and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to come home with me and be on my bookshelf because it was just so pretty. So yeah, that's basically the story of how I got the book or why I got the book. But this book, I believe, is set in present day because in the book, President Barack Obama is the president. And it's set in Seattle, and it follows 4 high school teenagers that all have a stereotype that comes along with being in high school. There is the athlete, the overachiever, the slacker, and the slut. Okay, so let's start off with the characters. Peter was the athlete. He had a full ride scholarship in basketball, I believe, and he was set to go pro. And he had the girlfriend and all of that, greatness. He didn't really know though if he really wanted to be a basketball player. He didn't really know what he wanted to be or what he wanted to do, but becoming this basketball player was like thrust upon him, and he didn't really know if that's what he wanted to do with his life. That was basically his story, his internal struggle, before our door came. Now let's move it on to the slut. Her name is Eliza, and she's like this really artsy girl. She does photography and she likes music and all of that great stuff. She got this title slut because she was caught kissing Peter while he still had a girlfriend, but I believe that was her first kiss. But how people in high school can be like, oh my god. But yeah, that's how she got the title slut, which I don't believe that she deserved that title at the time. So yeah, she was like this really artsy girl who liked photography, but her dad, he was struggling with cancer. He was only said to have like a couple of months to live, and so that was very sad. And her mom left them for this man, so she was just struggling with her dad and all of that sadness. That was very sad, her story before our door. Then there's the overachiever, and she was honestly the most interesting character for me. Her name is Anita, and the book describes her as this rich girl, big house, cars. Her dad wanted her to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something high up in rank like that. And then they say that she's black, and that is actually was just like, what? Because I never read a book where a black girl is the rich girl and said to be a doctor and stuff like that. But that was very different. I never read a book like that, and that was pretty cool. But she doesn't want to be this doctor or anything. She wants to be a singer. She has an amazing voice, and she just wants to be heard and just be this cool singer girl. But her parents wouldn't allow that. They wanted a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. And then moving on to the slacker. The slacker, his name is Andy. He was like best friends with this guy named Bobo, and he's in a band. It's not really much I could say. He didn't really have much depth to him, but I thought he was a pretty cool person. He was in a band. He was nice. I don't really know what else I could say about him. He was nice. He was cool. Yeah. So basically, this book had 2 main things that needed to be done. One of them was standing up to the police, and because Andy and his friend named Bobo, they assumed that since it's the end of the world, police officers would just do anything that they wanted to do because there would be no repercussions because it's the end of the world. Like, people go to jail for like no reasons at all, probably like batting an eyelash or anything, and petty things like that, people will be thrown in jail. And so Andy and Bobo's like started riots and picket fence those riots, and to stand against police officers and police brutality. And so I think that was one of the main things that they did in this book. Another thing was this end of the world party. Andy and Anita were planning this end of the world party the day before our door is supposed to blow up planet Earth. And yeah, everyone is supposed to come and just celebrate life before the end of the world. This book was really good and really interesting. I loved so many things about this book. It was just cool to see it from a teenager's point of view on how they felt towards the end of the world. Some people didn't really care. Some people were like depressed and sad and counting down how many times they're gonna brush their teeth or how many times they're gonna shower, which is very interesting. Another interesting thing about this book was that when Peter was talking about whether or not he really wanted to be this football player, he talked about this thing called a Pyrrhic victory. I don't really know if that's how you pronounce it, but it was really interesting. It's basically about like you do all of these things to get up to this goal that you wanted to reach for a very long time, and then you realize all of the things that you've lost to get to this goal. Like, it's the success greater than the loss. Like, it's what you got, greater than all of the things that you lost in order to get there, which was very, very interesting to think about. And another thing that was interesting about the book is that the author, he's actually a singer. He's a singer-songwriter, and he has an album, a mini album, EP, and it's actually not that bad. I never read a book where the author is also a singer and songwriter in one, so it was pretty interesting to like hear his songs and read the book. I don't really know if they go together or if you're supposed to listen to the songs while reading the book, but I don't know. The book and all was just very interesting, and I loved it. It was a really great book, and I can't wait to put her up on my bookshelf because she's so pretty. Yeah, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a great book. I didn't really like the ending, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion. And I also didn't like how it switched perspectives, because I'd be like so into one person's perspective and then it just jumps off to another person. I mean, like, it was interesting and all, but like I really liked some people's perspective more than others. So yeah, that was my book review on We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach, or Wallach, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.